House hunting is making me, F29, resent my so, M31, and I don't know what to choose. I've been with my partner in the same apartment for 3 years. It's really expensive and I hate that we are burning money and barely able to save. My so makes more than me, so he's the one with the buying power, and we always seem to disagree about what to live in. I want an affordable home that is in a reasonably safe neighborhood. My so has been all over the place but always finds a way to shoot down what I want, and I do the same to him. He looks at homes that are at the upper limit of our budget that we could barely afford and shoots down the affordable home that just needs a new bathroom. He talks about building one himself but doesn't think about the fact that we would be spending all this money while still renting, and he also takes forever to do basic things like fix a table he built, so I'm skeptical of waiting on him to build a house to begin with. I don't get why he thinks he can build a house if he isn't willing to install a shower. He then looks at the cheapest houses in the worst neighborhoods and is okay with living next to the liquor store with barred windows, but not with the house that needs a sink that has 2 acres. We just can't seem to agree on anything, and it's making me mad because he is super depressed about not having a home. But we have had the chance to get affordable homes that need a little work multiple times over. He has also suggested moving to different locations that would require job changes. Without having anything lined up, I found a little house that needed work and had a great piece of land, and suddenly it was too small. But he has suggested living in an RV or tiny home on multiple occasions. He seems really illogical and like he doesn't even know what he wants. So this most recent house may be the last straw for me. It's not new, it's not perfect, but I could buy it outright without his help. We are going to see it next week. But I know the owner and have been in it before. It's not bad by any means. It's just dated, but it's cheap and nice location and has a new roof. We would pay less than half our current rent. We could save for a better place. But I'm scared he's going to find something to disapprove of. And at this point I don't know if I want to live in an apartment listening to him lament not having anything when it is this easy to get out. I am thinking of buying it without him if he refuses this one. I don't know if it will be the end of our relationship. But I'm tired of having nothing and treading water. I'm tired of listening to crazy ideas and dreams that never happen and never will if we just rent eternally. He's spent a similar amount of money on a vehicle before and I never complain. But I know a vehicle is different. That was his purchase for himself. Whereas if I get this, it would be mine and he could come with me or stay in the apartment and visit or dump me. I feel bad for considering it. But I'm almost 30 and I'm tired of renting. Do I get the house even if he doesn't agree? And just live with the consequences however they fall? Do not put his name on any paperwork for your house. Don't buy a home with someone you aren't married to. Absolutely buy yourself a house. Sounds like he doesn't want to buy a house with you. I say buy the house by yourself. Do not put his name on it. If he wants to still date, awesome. If you want the house, buy the house. And meanwhile, really think about everything you've written about here, and what it's like to live with, and how these same habits are going to impact your life for as long as you're with him. And consider if that's what you want to sign up for. It honestly sounds like you've, very reasonably, started to see him as more of a burden than a support figure. Friend, your partner does not want to buy a house with you. He doesn't want to come out and say it. So he's just sabotaging it and dragging his feet. You do you. Just don't wait on him to change his mind. Buy yourself a house. Yes. You will never regret making an investment in your own future. Maybe you should rethink building an entire life with someone you can't get a clear answer out of. Sounds like a recipe for extreme frustration. There are so many times it is important to be able to come to a clear decision with a partner and then know they will continue to hold up their end of the agreement. This guy sounds like he has a lot of learning and maturing to do before making a big commitment, but you sound ready. This could be where your paths go different directions. Bet on yourself. Buy the house for yourself and move in your own place you can. Evaluate this relationship in peace. Buy it yourself without his help, with only your name on it. Then you move into it. If he wants to move into it with you, fine, he pays you rent. You can both save and you'll have some security in case two of you break up. If you two keep going and you get married, it's a premarital asset and you two can buy another place together. Don't put his name on it though. Be smart though, protect yourself and think about your future. He's just going to keep shooting down everything and you're never going to buy anything and you're going to stay renting and spending way too much on that and not being able to save. If you buy the place and you break up, you can always get a roommate. Just buy the house yourself. Is the house you're going to look at geographically favorable to both your workplaces? If it's convenient for both of you and is as you describe, I would buy it myself. Your name only goes on the deed. You are right. Believe it or not, always spend less than you can afford. You will feel less pressure. If something happens, you can weather it better. You can always make improvements. And the cheapest house in the best area is always a bargain. Buy the house if you want it. He's purposely dragging his feet for a reason. He's basically telling you that he doesn't want to buy a house or buy a house with you. And buying a house with someone you're not married to creates all kinds of other headaches, both legal and not, whether you stay together or not. He's also dismissive of your thoughts and feelings and continues to change mind on what he wants or when he wants it. It sounds exhausting and like it's not going to change anytime soon. Good luck, girl. Update us. Update me. Buy the house. Dump the guy. Do you want to deal with vacillating every life choice and being at the whim or his mood swings? It sounds genuinely exhausting. Take this as a clear sign that he does not value compromise or interdependence. He's going to do whatever he wants. Make your own plans just like he will. Buy your house. Do not put his name on anything. You are not married. If he wants to live with you, he can pay rent. If not, HW can still pay rent. Invest in yourself. Buy that house. He can either move with you or stay where he is. Have you had a talk with him about all of this? Does he understand your point of view? If you've discussed this and he isn't moving, then yes. Buy the house and let the chips fall where they may. I bought my first house at your age and it was the best decision I've ever made. You'll have lots of projects, but it feels so good to work through those and make a nice home. Buy the house and live with the consequences. From past experience, never buy a house at your price limit. The last house we purchased was $30,000 below what we were approved for, and I did that on purpose. Better to have extra funds in case something happens or you need repairs. Buy you the house. Put it in only your name. If he stays, great, you have an income property at some point. If he leaves, you are better off and have something to show for all your hard work and to be proud of. Is he always this commitment phobic? It sounds like he's theoretically on board with buying a house, but he can't give up all the other possible theoretical houses and settle on one actual house that you guys can afford. Is this representative of how he approaches other big commitments? If you're ready to buy and you have the money, I think you should just buy it. He can come with you and be your renter. Or not.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.